Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me, and ultimately thank you so much for raising your presence here on my channel. I truly appreciate you stopping by and choosing me to be your entertainment for today. Alright guys, so let's get into some deep conditioning measures with locks. Now I know this is maybe a little fretful for some people because you hear all these myths and stories about how deep conditioners are not good for locks. I'm here to share you my experience. Take it with what you will, but one thing's for certain: you don't have to believe everything that you've been told. Of course, as you get older, you start to discover different truths about yourself and about the world. And I wouldn't even say take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Definitely experience it for yourself. But of course, if you're too skeptical or it's just something you're not interested in, okay, fine. This should just be in strictly entertainment, as I stated in my beginning. But I'm here to share you with my experience with deep conditioners because they've worked for me. Okay, now how I deep condition my hair, when I deep condition my hair, is all tailored to the person. Okay, so for me, and this is gonna be real quick because I just want to inform you guys that deep conditioners do work for locks. Okay, it's not this big realm where you cannot tap into because it'll damage your locks. Now of course, using it incorrectly can cause buildup, can cause damage, can cause mold, but again, it's all in how you use it and how much of it you're using. Okay, so for instance, when I deep condition my hair, I will either go in with something that's tailored to my scalp, which is the pure oils with eucalyptus and honey. This is a soothing deep treatment for the scalp. Or if my hair is feeling dry and I'm using oils but it's not working, then I'll go in with the Shea Moisture Raw Shea Butter Deep Treatment Mask with sea kelp and argan oil. And these both are for dry, damaged hair. Now I always go with stuff that's for dry, damaged hair just to be on the safe side, because of course, like I always tell you guys before, my scalp, my skin, my hair is very dry. I do have eczema, and I do have a sensitive scalp and sensitive skin, but we're talking about our scalp. So it takes for me to go the extra mile to make sure that I'm taking care of my natural hair. Now the reason why, okay, so if I go in with something that's tailored for the scalp, that's going to soothe the scalp, because my scalp can be very itchy, can be very irritating, or it may be just inflamed, and I need something to just calm those everything down in there. Okay, so what I would do, and as you can see, this is what it looks like. I've used quite a bit of it. I'm like down to the bottom. It smells just like eucalyptus and honey. Can you see it? Okay. So as you can see, it's down to the bottom, but that doesn't mean I've used this over a year span. Okay, so I started using this when I was loose natural, but going into my lock journey, I only use a little bit of it, because you don't need a lot for your locks. Again, because things can easily get trapped inside of your locks because it's tangled hair just locking together, and if you mix any type of products with it, it's gonna trap inside those fine strands. So that's why I only use a little bit. Okay, whether I'm using something that's tailored for my scalp or something that's tailored for my hair, I'm only using a little bit. I may use like a scoopful, and that's about it, and I massage it through my hair. And another tip is I don't let it sit for 30 minutes to an hour as some people, or as when you're loose natural, like to do. I only let this deep conditioner sit in my hair for about 5 minutes, max 10, but I don't even go that far. It just depends on how long it takes me to wash my body. But usually I do this in the beginning. I wash my hair and deep condition in the beginning when I step into the shower, and then by the end of my shower, I'm rinsing it out. So I don't let it sit on and linger the time on for minutes and hours. That's something that you have to be careful with when using deep conditioners for your locked hair. Okay, and also another tip is that I rinse it out thoroughly. I make sure my hair is drenching wet by the end of my shower or by the end of my wash day, washing my hair. Knowing that my hair will be drenched with water and just rinsed thoroughly out means that there will be no product left in my hair. Now, a lot of times people, when you're loose naturals, you like to leave some deep conditioner in your hair, some conditioning in your hair, just so it can do the extra works. But I always say, if a product is good and does what it says it's supposed to do, you shouldn't have to keep extra product in your hair. You shouldn't have to even leave it in for 30 minutes or to an hour, because it should work automatically. It should condition your hair, soothe the scalp automatically. Okay, so of course it needs that maybe 5 minutes to penetrate those strands so that they're not necessarily loosening up but being conditioned properly. But you don't need an extensive amount of time to condition your locks. So again, that's why I make sure I rinse thoroughly. I go through my hair about a couple times, and I just droop my head back under the shower head and just let the water run through my scalp, through my hair. I'm moving my hair around, making sure I'm getting all corners. I may be scrunching or squeezing at it just so that water can go in, and as I squeeze, water can come out, and repeat that cycle over and over until I feel that it's all out of my hair. Now, of course, another thing is when you get out of the shower, or when you finish washing your hair, you're gonna feel like there's still some product on your hair, and that just means the product is working. Okay, you can rinse your hair very thoroughly, even for 15-30 minutes, however you feel you need to get the product out of your hair. And then after you come out the shower, or after you finish washing your hair, if your hair feels conditioned, you're gonna feel like there's a covering or a barrier on the outer layer of your locks. That's a natural feeling. That's a normal feeling, especially when you're using deep conditioners. That's the point of a deep conditioner, is so that it penetrates your strands deeply, so that when you finish washing your hair, when you finish rinsing, you still have that extra layer of conditioning on your hair that's going to moisturize your hair, and that's going to smooth your strands out. Now, I haven't experienced my locks loosening up because I'm using a deep conditioner, but again, it also depends on your hair type, how fine your strands are, the volume of your locks, and how tightly knit they are, if they're locked, if they're not locked. But I would say just give it a try when you're ready, if you ever become ready, because to me, sometimes oil and water just does not do the trick on an everyday basis. It takes that extra step that when you're in the shower to condition or deep condition your lock. Now, I haven't experienced anything with conditioner. Conditioners can be a little thicker. I know you're probably like, that doesn't make any sense, because if it's a deep conditioner, it's more likely a little thicker. But in my eyes, regular conditioner is a little bit thicker, just because you're not leaving it on your hair as long. When you're leaving something, when a deep conditioner is supposed to penetrate, of course, and it doesn't necessarily have to be more products that's in that deep conditioner. It's just it has more conditioning properties than a regular conditioner. Now, we're not going to get into the ifs, ands, but the reverse psychology of it, because to me, conditioner and deep conditioner can get confused the more you dive into it. But just think of it like this. Juice is thicker than water. I don't know how to explain conditioner versus deep conditioner, but in my eyes, conditioner is just a little bit thicker because it doesn't take as much to leave it on your strands. It doesn't take much to penetrate your strands. That's why they say you can use conditioner for 5 minutes and rinse it out, because it's just that thick. Okay, but it's the juice. But with a water deep conditioner, it's able to penetrate your strands a lot more better, and to me the quality is a lot better because there's not as many chemicals that's in a regular conditioner that's trying to do all the work within 5 minutes that a deep conditioner can do in less than that. Okay, so this is not to give a review about any of these deep conditioners that I've been using. This is just to say that it works for me, and if you want to give it a try, be my guest, because I love the way it feels. But you know, sometimes when you're using deep conditioners, the product or the brand does not last, so they end up discontinuing it by the time you're finished with it. So this is just something you can try. Again, the Shea Moisture, if you've tried it out, leave a comment down below and let me know how it worked for you. If you use deep conditioners or conditioners, let me know how they work for you and which ones that you're using, so that we can know which ones to try out if we feel that way about it. So what do you need to know about deep conditioners? Let's wrap it up. Yes, they have more conditioning properties. You can use less time to actually have it penetrating your strands, and rinse thoroughly, and you don't need as much. So use little, maybe like just 1 scoop. Don't let it sit on your hair for a long time. Rinse thoroughly, and it's very conditioning. It's very conditioning to the hair. Some people say go ahead and condition when you're locked versus when you're not locked. I'm going to leave that totally up to you. I have not experienced deep conditioning when I wasn't fully locked, so I cannot speak on that. But because I am fully locked, I'm like, okay, I'm trusting my hair. I'm putting that trust into my hair and to myself that, hey, I know what to do and how to do it. Because again, letting your deep conditioner sitting on those strands for too long can cause buildup and can be harder for it to rinse out, because again, the longer you let it sit, the deeper the penetration. Okay, all right guys, so I hope you learned a little something about deep conditioners for locks. If you did, go ahead and like this video. If you're willing to try it out for yourself, go ahead and like this video and leave a comment down below of what's working for you. Okay, this by any means is not discouraging you or encouraging you to do one way or the other. This is just strictly informational and entertainment purposes. So I hope you got an enjoyment out of watching me, you know, ramble just for a little bit. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate you stopping by, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.